locked. No problem, I'll just pick it.
Jenny was skilled with a lockpick, having watched her mother demonstrate the process countless times. But that was just for fun at home. This was the real world. You couldn't just go around picking other people's locks. That was a crime.
A great detective knows when to bend the rules. And the paperclip she has in her pocket. Mom always says, lockpicking is a subtle art. Move slowly and search for the sweet spot. Bingo!
It must have been a rush of blood that caused Jenny to act so irrationally. Regardless, she had picked the lock and felt strangely exhilarated. What treasures lay behind the door?
Oh, it's empty. Still, that book card could be useful. Something's blocking the ladder. There's something stuck in the track. Scientia potestas est. It's the Dean's ring! No wonder the ladders were malfunctioning. The ring must have caused a short circuit. I'll keep hold of this and return it to the Dean when I see him next. Whoa!
An empty library, a fallen bookcase, and now a broken balcony?
This mystery has all the hallmarks of foul play. They say words can't hurt you. In this case, I'd be inclined to disagree. Solid iron and oak, torn apart like a piece of bread. It would have taken some serious force to do this. Something bad happened here. This is feeling more and more like a crime scene.
And then Jenny saw it. Covered in a ripped curtain and surrounded by broken glass.
It is a crime scene!
You never forget the first time you see a dead body. It harrows the mind, terrifies the soul, scars you to your very core.
A dead body? No way! This is amazing!
Who lay under that curtain? Who had breathed their last breath? Who had shuffled off this mortal coil to meet their maker?
It could be anyone. I mean, it could be an escaped lunatic from the asylum. Or an axe-wielding maniac on the run from the cops. It could be...
It could be...
Mom? Oh no. Please, no.
No, you never forget the first time you see a dead body. Jenny knew it was wrong to disturb the crime scene.
But I have to know who's under here.
Slowly, she drew back the heavy cloth.
Please don't be my mom. Please don't be my mom. Dean Stroudsbury! Thank God. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Poor Mr. Stroudsbury. What happened to you?
Was this a terrible accident? Or worse.
Murder!
Her stomach churned. Seeing the Dean's lifeless face, his contorted frame, Jenny felt the urge to run, to get as far away from this horrific sight as possible. Jenny had longed for an adventure, for a real case to solve.
I didn't expect it to be like this.
She gathered herself, took a deep breath, and began to search for clues.
He looks like he's been dead for weeks. His skin is pale and colorless, and there's a strange mark on his neck. It's a book about predicting the future. I suppose it didn't belong to Mr. Stroudsbury then. It's smashed, most likely from the fall. The hand stopped at 3:57 p.m. That gives me a potential time of death.
If Jenny had arrived just a few minutes earlier,
I might have been able to save him. The Hawk and the Weasel and other bedtime stories. They could be important. Then again, it could have just joined the Dean for the ride. There are bits of glass and metal debris everywhere. He has burn marks on his hand.
The Dean's hand was clapped shut around a small object.
That's strange. Rigor mortis usually takes hours to set in. I'm sorry for what I'm about to do, Mr. Stroudsbury, but this could be a vital clue. Mom's ID card? But that means...
Julie LeClue had definitely been here.
she could be the last person to have seen him alive.
She could be the killer.
Impossible. My mother's a forensic expert. She'd never leave such incriminating evidence behind.
But even the smartest criminals made mistakes. Jenny couldn't deny this looked bad for her mum.
If anyone else sees this, they'll jump to conclusions. They'll think my mom's a murderer. Unless...
A peculiar thought crossed Jenny's mind.
Unless... there's nothing to find.
Removing evidence from a crime scene was highly unethical.
So is planting evidence to frame an innocent person.
She had no proof of that.
I have to do something. My mom would kill me if she knew I was tampering with evidence. But I have to protect her. A book about chance. What are the odds that this was an accident?
The Dean's planner lay open on today's date.
Perhaps I can retrace his steps and create a timeline of events. Meet JL. Could that be Mom? Where's Widow's Drop? I've never heard of it. Looks like he completed all his chores for the day. I already knew the Dean was meeting Mom here. So where is she now? He sure was working hard on that speech. I'm sad he won't get to deliver it. Looks like he cancelled his meetings on Friday and rearranged lunch with Keith. Oh, poor Keith.
Jenny didn't know how she would break the news to him.
But I should be the one to tell him. Gossip spreads like wildfire in Arthurton. I think that's all the evidence I'm going to find here.
She took one last look at the Dean's lifeless body.
I'm sorry, Mr. Strasberry. I promise I'll get to the bottom of this.
Jenny knew she should leave and call the police. But how often did a case like this come along?
Never. There's more to this than meets the eye. Some of this evidence must be connected.
So she opened her journal to join the dots.
What was the apparent cause of death? That's not right. Back to the drawing board. It looks like the Dean was thrown from the balcony when he reached down to pick up his ring, which was stuck in the electrified ladder track. He grabbed the curtain, but it didn't slow him down. He landed on a bed of metal and glass debris. What is unusual about the Dean's death? Dean has a strange mark on his neck. All the skin around his face is gray and gaunt. I've never seen anything like it before. He's holding my mom's ID card, which makes her the prime suspect. But why would she, or anyone, want to kill Dean Strasberry?
Jenny suspected foul play, but what was the motive? Had she missed something?
The watch! The Dean's watch stopped at 3:57 p.m. When I came into the library, the clock tower rang 4 times. The library only has one exit, and I haven't seen anyone but the Dean since I got here.
Which meant if the Dean was murdered,
The killer must still be here. He's getting away!
Jenny could hear police sirens in the distance.
Someone must have tipped them off. I'll catch the murderer and keep him busy until the cops arrive.
Chasing after murderers was hardly the job of a little girl.
Hey you! Stop!
Despite surviving her fall without so much as a broken bone, Jenny couldn't help but feel she had failed. As the sirens grew louder, she knew it would only be a matter of time before the sheriff arrived, and then she'd have to explain why she hadn't called for help. But the worst feeling of all was that she had let the killer escape. As she drifted slowly into unconsciousness, Jenny heard a familiar voice, concerned, gentle, soothing.
Jenny? Oh, Jenny, what have you done?
Mom?
Freeze! You're under arrest!
What have I done? I killed him! This is all wrong. Murder in Arthurton? This is not an appropriate story for Jenny LeClue. Poor Dean Stroudsbury. What was I thinking? I've gone too far. Perhaps I should take a break. Come on, Rufus, let's go for a walk. Clear our heads and work off some of this jam.
Why were you there?
I told you I was looking for Mom.
Why?
We were going to grade papers. When do I get to see her?
Did you disturb the crime scene?
Of course not. Now let me speak to my mom. me! Keith, wait! What a horrible nightmare! Dean Stroudsbury was dead! My mom was in jail? Keith told me he never wanted to see me again. And worst of all, I was surrounded by an evil army of giant teddy bears.
Unfortunately, it was all true, including the teddy bears.
My eyes! There's something wrong with them! Everything's pink!
But her eyes were fine. It was the room that was pink. Pink cuddly toys. Pink furniture. Pink clothes. And a hand-drawn homage to teenage heartthrob Pelvis Cressley. Covered in pink hearts. Everything a teenage girl could dream of.
It looks like a marshmallow exploded.
It was at this point Jenny remembered where she was.
I shouldn't be here. What happened? And what is that terrible music? I can't think straight with that racket playing. These aren't my clothes. And where's my journal?
That wasn't the only thing missing.
The Dean's ring. It was in my pocket. You're the fan that I love.
Ah yes, the eagerly awaited follow-up to the smash hit. Even though I'm a big star and you're just a fan, perhaps someday we could be together.
Ugh, who buys this crap? Huh? Hushed whispers in the hallway? I should investigate. It's locked from the outside. Who would trap a child in this nightmarish hellscape?
Jenny peeped through the tiny keyhole. As her eyes adjusted to the light, she recognized the substantial frame of Winston LeClue, Arthurton's long-standing sheriff, and Jenny's
Granddad!
Jenny's relationship with her grandfather was contentious, to say the least. He was a stern and humorless man who placed honor, tradition, and the law above all else.
Sometimes even family.
But what was he doing here?
And who is he talking to?
Florence and Richard Glatz were the wealthiest couple in town, and hugely influential. Their company, Glatz Mining and Supply Corp., was the oldest in Arthurton. While Richard may have been the head of the business, everyone knew that Florence wore the pants. Exceptionally charming and generous, she always had a smile on her face.
Which is why I don't trust her one bit.
Being careful not to make a sound, Jenny leaned in and listened.
With everything going on, I don't have time to watch her.
It's no trouble at all, really, Winston. She can stay for as long as she likes. The girls are great friends. I only hope she feels better soon. That was quite the scene she made at the funeral.
She should have left the boy alone.
Really, Winston, this whole situation must be unbearably traumatic for the poor girl. Her mother in jail, and what she saw in the library. One shudders at the thought. And all this barely a year after what happened to Henry.
She'll be fine. Just keep an eye on her. She can be a real handful.
Oh, don't worry, I've planned everything. Pony rides, afternoon tea, and tomorrow we're going dress shopping. Oh, that reminds me. I have something for you.
Dress shopping? First they locked me up, now they want to torture me? I need to get out of here. Fast.
But her curiosity was piqued. She had to know what Mrs. Glatz had gone to fetch, and so she waited. Nathaniel Glatz stared disapprovingly back at Jenny.
Creepy old man.
Actually, this was the man who saved Arthurton. When the quartz mines began to run dry, it was his research into the unique properties of the crystals that secured the future prosperity of the town and the company. The duty of sheriff had been Winston's birthright, passed from father to son for generations. Of course, that tradition would now end with him, but he preferred not to think about that. When Thalladius T. Pumberbitten discovered the first quartz seam lining the Great Mountains, little did he know the impact it would have on the future of the town.
Little did he know the Glatz family would muscle in and take over the whole operation.
Nowadays, it was hard to go anywhere in town without seeing something made from it.
Huh? Where did he go?
Winston, what are you doing down there?
Thought I heard something.
Really? A man of your age spying on teenage girls? I've told you already, she won't be going anywhere.
It was probably just Jenny's imagination, but those words felt oddly
sinister.
Here.
Why does Mrs. Glatz have official police documents?
Satisfied?
How is Julie?
She's in the safest place, behind bars.
Surely they don't believe she's guilty.
I don't envy you, Winston. It must be hard to stay impartial. If the poor dear would just confess, it would make things much easier.
I have everything under control.
Of course you do, dear. No one doubts your loyalty to Arthurton. We must continue to look out for each other, now more than ever.
Sheriff, are you receiving?
Go ahead.
It's the LeClue house, sir. We found something.
I'll be right there. Over.
It sounds like you've got important things to take care of.
Yes. Well, good night, Florence.
Good night, Winston.
Don't let her out of your sight. She is a LeClue, after all.
I'm sure we'll manage.
Jenny couldn't believe what she'd just heard.
Everyone thinks my mom's a murderer.
Thankfully, her mother's fate was in safe hands. The fine people of the Arthurton Police Department.
Oh, God. She's gonna rot in jail.
Jenny could leave the case to them and enjoy a fun week of pony rides and shopping sprees.
No.
No?
Mom always says a great detective leaves nothing to chance. I have to do something.
But she was just a kid. What could she possibly do?
This is my chance. The case of a lifetime. My mom needs me, and I won't let her down. I'm gonna find my stuff and get out of here.
And just like that, a great adventure began.
I love you. I love you. Ah! You're my best friend. You scared the life out of me, pig.
The sun was setting behind the great mountains of Arthurton, cradling the town in a warm red embrace.
I slept the whole day away? I have to get out of here and make up for lost time. Best in show, horse ballet. First prize, advanced table etiquette. There's one here for best smile. Seriously? A heart-shaped mirror for the lady who loves herself. Ouch! That's hot! I'm not touching it. I'll burn myself. All the dangly bits are swaying. Strange. It's not windy in here. There's a track in the ceiling panel around the chandelier. It looks like it can move. There's something strange about this mirror. This requires further investigation. They're too hot to touch while the lights are on. Nothing happened. I thought I was onto something. I feel like I've seen that heart shape somewhere else in this room. Seriously, who has windows this big?
Below, Lake Nowhere stretched out as far as the eye could see. In the distance, Jenny could just make out the great lighthouse on Skull Island.
It's foggy out there tonight.
Jenny thought of her poor mother, locked away in a jail cell for a crime she didn't commit.
Don't worry, Mom. I'll prove you didn't do it as soon as I get out of here. I don't remember any of this. I bet that kid's in a lot of trouble. Pushed from the balcony? That's not what happened. And no mention of electrocution. Mom wasn't covered in blood. That's a lie. Either this is shoddy reporting, or someone is trying to cover up what really happened. My mom's still in jail, so the police must not think this was an accident.
And if it wasn't an accident, then...
The real killer is still out there. I've never seen so many clothes. Maybe mine are in here somewhere. Well, my clothes definitely aren't here. They'd be easy to spot amongst all the sequins and ribbons. That's more fun than it should be. Now I remember. The light bulbs look just like the picture on the Pelvis Crestley record. They're too hot to touch while the lights are on. I don't have my detective gear to pick the lock. Besides, I can't just walk out in front of Mrs. Glatz. Let's be friends. Let's be friends.
On the other side of the lake, beyond the Forgotten Forest, sat a more modest house. No fancy windows or crystal chandeliers, just a small wooden frame in need of painting.
Home. You're special. You're special. They're too hot to touch while the lights are on. They're too hot to touch while the lights are on. Now I remember. The light bulbs look just like the picture on the Pelvis Crestley record. Now I remember. The light bulbs look just like the picture on the Pelvis Crestley record. don't have my detective gear to pick the lock. Besides, I can't just walk out in front of Mrs. Glatz.
You're special! You're special!
I don't have my detective gear to pick the lock. Besides, I can't just walk out in front of Mrs. Glatz. I remember. The light bulbs look just like the picture on the Pelvis Crestley record. I remember. The light bulbs look just like the picture on the Pelvis Crestley record. I remember. The light bulbs look just like the picture on the Pelvis Crestley record. This family's disposable income is outrageous. I always knew they were hiding something. I bet there are all kinds of horrific secrets lurking up there. It's just a dusty old attic.
Dozens of old boxes covered in dust and cobwebs, filled with toys, school projects, and old trophies.
Attics, where dreams go to die. Oh, hello, spooky bear. Feels like he's watching me. Everything in here is covered in dust, except this bear. And there's light coming from behind him. What are you hiding, spooky bear? Mothered by a giant teddy bear. What an end that would have been. Just as I suspected, a hidden staircase. Way out of here. Locked. But where is the lock?
Jenny was no stranger to the labs at Gumboldt, but she'd never seen anything quite like this. Certainly not inside someone's house.
Hey! What are you doing up here? Not again! Susie?
Loved by all, kind to a fault, Jenny's cousin was also the most popular girl in town.
Oh, hi, Jenny. You should be in bed resting. What are you doing up here?
I should ask you the same question. Someone else was just here. Where did he go?
You must be seeing things. I'm the only one here. I'm just tidying up my collection of teddy bears.
Don't play dumb with me, Susan Glass. These bears are hiding nothing. And that one's wearing a welding helmet.
Well, there's a simple explanation for that. There are just too many to fit in my bedroom.
Susie, clearly something's weighing heavily on your mind. Take a deep breath and answer the question honestly. I promise you'll feel better.
It's not what you think. This is where teddy bears. I have vintage bears, new bears, rare collectible bears.
Enough! Stop avoiding the question. I've caught you red-handed. It's no good trying to hide it, Susan. Tell me what's going on up here.
I can't. You wouldn't understand.
You're just making it worse for yourself. Now come clean.
Susie's secret was the kind you took to the grave. A shameful, dark secret. A secret so shocking she feared she would lose everything. Her friends would abandon her. Her family would disown her. She'd never find true love.
Oh, God. I'm going to die alone. You can't tell anyone. You have to promise me.
Fine, just stop whimpering like a lost puppy. You're embarrassing yourself.
Here goes nothing. This is my secret laboratory. Where I design and test my inventions.
Your laboratory? It's not pink enough to be yours. Come on, Susan, you're gonna have to do better than that.
My name is Susie. Only my mom calls me Susan. And this is my lab.
Let me get this straight. A cheerleading, horse-riding, dress-wearing debutante is a secret nerd genius? Hilarious.
I knew I shouldn't have told you.
She would never show it, but something about Susie's reaction bothered Jenny. Was Susie really leading a double life?
There's only one way to find out. Susan Quincy Glatz, I'm gonna have to ask you a few questions. Pink bows, fluffy bears, stylish clothes. She can't possibly be a scientist. Do you really expect me to believe that you aren't obsessed with boy bands and the color pink? Brain or bimbo? Which one is it?
I am a scientist. But I also believe in the importance of good skincare and the power of matching accessories.
You sound ridiculous.
Susie couldn't be pretty, popular, and smart. That was just greedy.
A Gumboldt pin. The Dean was wearing one the day he died.
Could Susie have played a part in the Dean's death? All of Jenny's instincts told her it wasn't possible, but she needed to know for sure.
You smell nice. What perfume is that?
Oh, thanks. It's called Innocent.
I remember you were wearing it last Thursday at the lake.
I was.
What did you do that day, after you left?
Peggy and I took Veronica home. She was really upset.
And you were there all afternoon?
Yes. Why?
How close is Veronica's house to the library?
I don't understand. Why do you want to know all this?
I need to rule you out as a suspect.
Suspect? Why would I be a suspect?
You're certainly very good at keeping secrets.
I didn't do anything. Just ask Peggy or Veronica.
I don't know why you're friends with them. They are terrible character witnesses.
First Veronica, then Keith, and now me. I never thought I'd say this, but sometimes you can be a real jerk.
What were you saying about Keith?
Well, you didn't exactly make things easier for him, did you? You don't remember, do you? Oh, well, I suppose it wasn't that bad.
What do you mean?
After you interrupted the Reverend's eulogy, and after Keith asked you to stop, you tripped and knocked over the Dean's casket, and I guess they hadn't secured the lid properly, because he rolled right out, to horrified gasps, as you collapsed and fell into his open grave. And that's why everyone's so worried about you.
It all came flooding back. She had tried to defend her mum and repair her relationship with Keith. Instead, she had ruined everything. Jenny had lost her best friend.
You should talk to Keith. I'm sure he'll forgive you.
It's not that simple. He thinks my mom killed his dad.
She felt the distance between them grow with every passing minute. How could she face him without answers?
I have to find the Dean's real killer.
Seeing textbooks strewn about the floor reminded Jenny of something.
My journal! I need to get my stuff back. Where are my clothes?
Oh, Gerald took them.
Who the hell is Gerald?
Our butler.
Of course you have a butler.
He's taken them to be cleaned and pressed. They'll be ready in a few days.
Well, I need them. Now.
I've got a dress that would be perfect for you. It's got purple bows, and the sequins will really bring out the color of your eyes.
No, thank you. I'd rather be burned to death. No one's gonna take me seriously in a purple ball gown. And where's my other stuff? Don't tell me Gerald's got my journal. It's irreplaceable.
Like I'd let that nosy old fool see your diary.
It's not a diary. It's my case notes.
Right, of course. A girl's gotta have a place to keep her secrets. I put all your stuff in the lockbox under my pillows.
Are you kidding me? No wonder my head hurts.
Jenny needed to recover her journal and the Dean's ring, but she wasn't quite finished with Susie.
All this stuff looks authentic, but that doesn't mean it belongs to Susie. If this is really your lab, what does that thing do?
That's Tim. He's a thermal imaging machine. He uses reflected thermographic projections to infer depth-related topography in subsurface bodies.
Come again?
He lets you see inside stuff.
Well, what about that thing?
That's Judy Kate, a gamma-ray induction polygraph.
And that?
Hydraulically propelled telemetric manipulator.
And this?
That's a tea set. What? I like to drink tea.
How did you get all this stuff up here anyway? And without being seen?
You'd be surprised how much you can hide in a giant stuffed teddy bear.
I know what's going on here. You've stolen all this stuff. And you're planning to sell it all to buy more fluffy cushions or pink horses or something.
I didn't steal anything. Some of the parts are from my father's factory. The rest I bought with my allowance.
That's some allowance. If you didn't steal it, why are you worried about people finding out?
I'm head cheerleader. I'm captain of the equestrian team. If the other girls knew about this, they'd laugh me all the way to the back of the cafeteria.
Why do you care what they think?
It's not just them. If my parents found out about my lab, they'd kill me.
Why? Don't they want you to be a scientist?
I think they'd like me to marry a scientist. Dad says science is a man's job. Girls are supposed to bake pies and become prom queen.
Ugh, everyone in Arthurton is stuck in the past.
If anyone else showed him the things I've created, he'd call them a genius and make them his lead scientist.
So tell him. Prove him wrong.
I just can't. You have to keep my secret. I'm begging you, Jenny.
Poor Susie, all of her secrets laid bare. Jenny couldn't help but feel
Disgusted.
maybe there was more to Susie than she had first presumed. Jenny was confident that Susie wasn't involved in the Dean's murder. She wasn't evil.
Just insufferable. Alright, I'm gonna grab my stuff and get out of here.
Oh, while you're wandering around, can you find some parts for me? I need a battery and a transistor to finish this device.
What? No!
I did something for you.
It was true. Susie had kept Jenny's journal safe. And the Dean's ring. She'd even revealed her darkest secret to Jenny.
Fine! Enough already! What's a transistor?
Oh, it's an electronic voltage regulator that...
Just tell me what it looks like.
It's a tiny metal object with an antenna and 3 legs. If you can't find one in my bedroom, there are some old boxes in the attic.
Yeah. Transistor and battery. Got it.
Go, Jenny!
I've gotta get out of here. Let's see. Stars, lips, hearts, and beakers. What would a girl like Susie use as a password? Of course it was the beakers. Clever. My stuff!
Jenny hid the ring in her pocket and flipped through the pages of her journal.
No obvious signs of tampering. At least Susie knows how to mind her own business. Now I've just got to find a battery and a transistor to give to her. I'm sorry, Mr. Pig, but I need your batteries.
I love you. I love you.
This will only hurt for a second.
You're my best friend.
Thank you, Pig, for donating your body to science. Now where can I find a transistor? I don't have my detective gear to pick the lock. Besides, I can't just walk out in front of Mrs. Glatz. Bunch of old science fair projects.
They had all been submitted by Anonymous, and they'd all won first prize.
These awards should be hanging on the walls downstairs.
It was sad to see all these marvelous accomplishments hidden away in the attic. Susie wanted so badly to please her parents, to live up to their expectations of what a Glatz girl should be. She never even told them she'd entered the science fairs.
A tiny metal object with an antenna and 3 legs. Looks like a transistor to me. I'll give this stuff to Susie, and then I'll find a way out of this place. go.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Now, back to the task at hand. Making my escape.
Don't you want to know what these parts are for?
Only if it will help me get out of here.
Ah! Careful! That's a stick of dynamite!
Dynamite? Are you crazy? You could have blown me to bits.
I did say be careful.
What are you making bombs for?
They're not bombs. They're silent explosives.
Silent explosives?
Think about it. Dynamite that doesn't make a sound. Impossible, you say? Not at all. My first breakthrough came when I discovered the unique properties of...
I can use this to blow my way out of here.
The explosion might be silent, but I think my mom would notice if part of the house was missing.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for the show and tell, but it's time for me to go.
And how exactly are you going to leave without being seen?
I'm glad you asked, Susan. I'll be making my exit through the window in the attic. Once I found a way to unlock it.
Oh, you're out of luck there. My parents are super security conscious. All the windows are locked electromagnetically.
Where are the controls?
Downstairs, in Dad's study.
And I can't get there without being seen. Is there some kind of override?
It's impossible to open them from up here, unless there was a total power failure.
Well then, I know exactly what to do.
Okay, well, I'll be here if you need help.
What does this machine do?
That's Judy, Kate. She's a portable lie detector.
Portable? It's 18 feet tall and bolted to the floor.
Yeah, well, I'm still working on that part. But she can detect a lie with 98% accuracy.
That's quite a claim. Let's see.
Good evening, small human child. I am Judy Kate, arbiter of truth, detector of lies. Since this is the first time we have met, I will need to calibrate. To begin, please answer this simple question. What is the meaning of life?
What? How am I supposed to answer that?
Ha. Just kidding.
Oh, sorry. I've been experimenting with her personality chip. She's using humor to build a better rapport with subjects.
Still needs some work.
To begin, please tell me your name.
My name is Jenny LeClue.
Welcome, Jenny LeClue. I am ready to detect. Please speak a truth or a lie.
I have a horse named Turtle. I think I broke it.
It's okay. Her fuse just tripped. She gets very sensitive if you lie to her, especially if it's a big lie. But don't worry, she'll reset in a minute.
Interesting. Hey! What did you do?
Oh, that's just Maggie. She helps me find things I've dropped on the floor. Why do you have a man's ring?
It belonged to my dad.
But that doesn't make any sense.
I'm telling you the truth.
No, I mean, why would a ring made of gold stick to a magnet? Unless...
There's something more to it. Which of these machines did you say could see inside things?
Excuse me, Tim. We need your help.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. My name is Tim, the thermal imaging machine. Metal, plastic, wood. There's nothing I can't see inside. Except, of course, your innermost thoughts.
Look, I don't need a best friend. I just need him to examine the ring.
Ouch. That hurt my feelings.
Go easy on him. He's quite sensitive.
Ugh. Hi, Tim. Nice to meet you.
Oh, how wonderful it is to meet you, my new friend. How can I be of service?
I need you to look inside something for me.
I'd be delighted to. Please place the object on my soft, velvety platform. Come to me, tiny object of vast mystery and import. Reveal to me your deepest secrets. Swim in my warm bath of gamma rays. I'm peering deeply inside you. Ooh, what's that? Deeper still. I've never seen one of those before. Fascinating. All the wonders I have seen.
Well, spit it out already.
One moment, please, while I paint you a picture of the journey we just shared.
I knew there was something special about this ring. It's full of tiny cogs and gears.
I've never seen such intricate craftsmanship.
I need to borrow your microscope. Tiny buttons hidden in plain sight. Clever. I wonder what they do.
The ring opened up like a flower.
Why would the Dean have a ring like this?
Whatever its true purpose, one thing was clear. This ring was important.
Important enough to kill for? Dean Stroudsbury, what were you involved in?
Did you say Dean Stroudsbury? Whose ring is that really?
Susie had entrusted her deepest, darkest secret to Jenny. The least Jenny could do was be honest with her.
It's the Dean's ring. Well, it was.
You stole the Dean's ring?
Technically, I found it.
Jenny, you've got to turn that into the police. It could be important evidence.
Considering the police think my mom is the Dean's murderer, I certainly won't be handing it over to them.
But what if they ask me about it? I can't lie to them. I'm a terrible liar.
It's not lying. It's just leaving out the parts that don't concern them.
I can't go to jail. My parents will disown me, and my reputation will be ruined.
No one's going to jail, as long as we protect each other. I'll keep your secret. You keep mine.
Like, friends.
Sure. Now go back to whatever mad science experiment you were doing. I've got a window to open.
Complex formulas filled the large chalkboard. Clearly the work of a genius.
Okay, she's secretly smart. We get it. What is all this anyway?
Oh, that? I'm working on a proof to help me pick the perfect prom dress.
You've got to be kidding me.
I know. I'm not sure it can be done either, but I've got to try. It's the biggest decision a girl has to make.
robot just tried to kill me.
Oh, be careful. Claude is very fragile.
Fragile? It's enormous.
I haven't finished calibrating him yet. If you want to help, get him to pick some things up and put them down again. He needs the practice. Just don't pick up anything too heavy.
Must have been too heavy.
Please be gentle with Claude. He's only a prototype, and I'm out of replacement parts.
I got it!
In the back of Jenny's brilliant mind, a plan was forming.
I know exactly how to get out of here. How can I escape from Glatt's Manor? When I overload the robot arm, it sparks and fuses. And when I lie to Judy Kate, she nearly overloads the power supply. So if I could overload them at the same time, then I might be able to short the power and open the window in the attic.
But Jenny couldn't operate both machines by herself.
Susie?
Yes?
I need your...
Asking Susie for help was worse than having a tooth pulled out.
I need you to do something.
Of course. What can I do to help?
I didn't say I needed your help.
Oh, sorry.
I don't owe you anything.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
Go stand by Judy Kate.
All right. But why?
No time for questions. Just wait for my instructions. Susie, are you ready?
Welcome back, Susie Glatz. I am ready to detect. Please speak a truth or a lie.
Okay, I'm ready. What should I do now?
Just hold on until I give the signal.
The robot arm strained under the weight of the giant metal object.
Okay, Susie. Tell a lie. And make it a big one.
Oh, okay. A big lie. Ooh, I got just the thing. I'm wearing black socks.
That was a lie.
No, Susie. A big lie. Something terrible.
I'm just no good at lying.
Tell Judy Kate you killed Dean Strasberry.
What? That's horrible. I can't say that.
Do you want to help or not?
Yes, but...
Then hurry up and say it.
Okay. I killed the Dean?
Louder!
I killed the Dean.
Bigger!
I killed Dean Strasberry.
Say it like you mean it!
I murdered Dean Strasberry. I bashed his brains in. Now I danced on his grave.
Wow. That was messed up.
Oh my gosh. I'm a horrible person.
As Susie Glatz contemplated every bad thing she'd ever done in her life, Jenny heard the unmistakable sound of success.
It worked.
Jenny! You can't leave now. It's past curfew.
Watch me.
Well, you can't go out wearing pajamas.
I'm not playing dress up with you while my mom is trapped in jail for a crime she didn't commit. The real killer is still out there.
And what if you find him? What then?
Jenny paused. She hadn't thought that far ahead.
Are you scared?
Of course Jenny was scared, but she would never admit that to Susie.
My mom always says, a great detective shows courage in the face of danger. Now is the time to be courageous.
Well, let me help you. We can work out a plan together.
Sorry, Susie, but I work alone.
At least take this with you then, so we can stay in touch.
Fine, I'll take it. But don't call me. I'll call you.
Okay, good luck. And be careful. There's still a killer out there.
I'll be fine.
Jenny, you won't tell anyone about my lab, right?
Only if you cover for me.
Of course. I'm always here for you. We're going to be best friends, Jenny LeClue. I just know it.
Sure. Right after I sign up for cheerleading.
To catch a real killer, Jenny needed her detective gear. But that was at home, across town and swarming with police. It wasn't wise to travel through town after curfew. To avoid being caught, she'd have to find another way home. Excellent, thought Jenny. Time to exercise my sneaking muscles. Jenny paused at the edge of the roof, her teeth chattering in the chill wind. Below her, Lake Nowhere glowed eerily in the darkness. From this vantage point, she could see all the way to the lighthouse at the center of the lake. Only the wealthiest families in Arthurton could afford such spectacular views.
If I cross the lake, it's just a short stroll through the Forgotten Forest to my house.
But navigating the lake at night was not an easy task. Many accomplished sailors had met their doom on the ragged rocks of Bear Claw Bend.
Well, I've already worked out a way across. Time to get off this roof before someone spots me. Damn it! Think fast, Jenny.
And just like that, Jenny was gone. Her first great adventure cut short before it had begun.
I'm right here. Just hanging around. That's the way to Main Street. I can't risk being caught by the sheriff or his goons. The safest way home is across the lake. What's that sound? True believer, I am the one you seek. I swim in the shadows of giants that stir beneath an eerie silence. Follow the path, reach the truth.
What a curious and cryptic message. Was it meant for her? And who had written it? Friend or foe?
This could be from the killer.
But it was far too dangerous to find out.
I have to find out.
And so she decided to ignore the message and carry on to her house.
There's no way I'm ignoring the case of the mysterious message.
The SS Susie. A gift from Susie's father as a thank you for preparing his lunch one day.
This'll get me across the lake in no time.
Unfortunately, the boat didn't belong to her.
I'll just borrow it for a couple of hours. They won't even notice it's gone.
But borrowing something without asking first was just stealing.
It's always easier to ask for forgiveness than wait for permission.
Of course, the boat needed a key.
Jeez, nobody trusts anyone these days. There must be some other way to start the engine. I bet I can hotwire the boat if I get this panel off.
Risk of electric shock. It was far too dangerous.
I love danger. Damn, this one's stuck.
Foiled at the last moment by a rusty screw. Oh well, time to turn back.
There's only one screw left. I can just pry the panel back.
And so she very carefully pulled on the panel.
Wow, looks complicated.
Far too complicated for a child to even attempt.
Mom always says, a great detective focuses on the solution, not the problem. It looks like I can bypass the ignition by turning the dials until all the lights are illuminated. Piece of cake. I did it!
Jenny had found a way to cross the lake, but she was still a long way from home. She pulled out her journal and plotted a course.
First, I'll navigate my way around Skull Island. Next, I'll sail up the river to the Almaston Bridge. Then it's just a short stroll through the Forgotten Forest. And finally, home. Got it. Let's go.
Jenny had never crossed the lake after dark. Come to think of it, she'd never even driven a boat before. She thrust the throttle forward and felt a cool wind whip through her hair. Sneaking around after curfew had its benefits.